I have been building a ton of apartments recently, but no normal apartments. I've been almost exclusively building these massive rental lots using the new For Rent pack, and it's been really fun. I've been really enjoying making custom apartments in The Sims 4, but it's also kind of fun to renovate the classic San Myshuno apartments, especially now that we can change the windows in them. If you haven't seen this yet, I'm about to change your life, but in the update before the rent pack came out, they went in and made it so that you can move windows around in the San Myshuno apartments. So after years of begging the Sims team to let us edit the windows in these classic apartments, we can finally do this. And this changes everything. And I've not really played around with it that much because I've been so focused on the new expansion pack. So today I'm thinking that we should try to renovate this sort of weirdly shaped apartment from City Living. This one's got a couple of issues. Specifically, it's a needs TLC apartment, so there's a few things that you can't remove. You're stuck with like the pipes and the fuse box on the wall. It also has a body outline on the floor and you can't remove that either, but at least I can change the windows now. So that's all that matters. I'll cover this with like a rug or something. It's gonna be fine. Oh, and this grate in the floor. You can't change that either. Okay, that's the next update they need to do. You gave us the windows. Now just let me cheat this trait away. I get it. It's fun to have sometimes, but like I should be able to override this. Okay, so for starters, I don't really have a plan. The only plan that I have for this place is to change the windows. I've not really given much thought to it otherwise, but this is gonna be fun because for the first time we can kind of adjust the floor plan of this apartment. For years now we were kind of stuck with that layout. You could change a few things, but it was kind of the only one that made sense, especially if you want to have windows in all of the rooms. Like you want to have windows in the bedrooms, you want to have windows in the living space, and so you kind of just had to work with what you've got. And even with what we've got, we didn't have a window in one of the bedrooms. So now that we can change things, it just opens up a whole new world. It does look kind of weird from the exterior if you change the windows too much, but I don't really care about that. I'm not too concerned. I'm trying to think about what would be best, and saying that, I almost want to keep it how it was. I kind of want to use these as the bedrooms, but just add extra windows and then have the living space around here. Although, it could be like one bedroom down here on this side, and then or I mean, maybe it could be like two bedrooms. This does give us a lot of hallway, which is like possibly a waste of space. There could be a second bedroom over here. So there's like one bedroom on this half, one bedroom here, and then living space. The placement of this body outline is really inconvenient. I don't really know what to make with that. I almost feel like there needs to be a living room here because I have to put a rug on top of that. Like we have no choice. There has to be a rug here. I can't just have that out and about. So there could maybe be a living room facing this way, a kitchen here in this corner, and then like a dining table over here. And that makes for a big open living space, and we still have two bedrooms. So I actually think that this will work pretty well. Okay, so before we get too far into the furnishing of this build, I want to take a second to tell you a little bit about the sponsor of today's YouTube video, ThredUp. I have been a huge fan of ThredUp for a really long time. I actually just wore a dress that I bought on ThredUp last year to take engagement photos a couple weeks ago. I have found some really great pieces for really great prices on ThredUp. In case you're not familiar, ThredUp is an online thrift store, and they make it so easy to shop for clothing secondhand. And I actually have a little bit of a haul for you, so I want to show you a couple of the things that I just bought. I paid $21 for this, but the estimated retail is $30. I also got this tank top. I like the cute little scallop detailing at the top. This is from J. Crew originally, and I only paid $8 for it. And it's like nice quality. It's a nice fabric. This dress is originally from Urban Outfitters. Estimated retail is like $45. I paid $12 for it on ThredUp. Okay, I'm realizing now that I got a lot of yellow things, but I also got this dress, and I probably buy too many cardigans for a person who lives in Florida, but look at this really beautiful blue one. I love this color. I actually favorited a ton of items on ThredUp too, so if you go to my link, you can scroll through and kind of shop my picks, and they have so generously offered a massive discount. So if you use my link and code lilsimsie at checkout, you get an additional 35% off your first order. So buying stuff secondhand is not only great for your wallet, because you can get some really good prices, but it's also great for the environment. It's really nice to give a new life to these pieces. So thank you again to ThredUp for sponsoring today's video, and with that, let's go ahead and jump back into The Sims. Okay, back to the build. I want to start thinking about windows now. And I think I'm gonna let myself just do whatever and not worry about the exterior too much. I kind of love this purple and green rug, so I might use that as like the inspiration for the color scheme. And then I'm thinking that I might try and put a way darker wood floor throughout the rest of the space. I can't change the color of this door, so I'm gonna try and work with it. And I like this sort of industrial vibe that we've got going on with all these pipes right here, so I might try and embrace that too. I think that the mosquito stuff windows are like absolutely perfect for this purpose. And imagine if I had these, oh, okay. Okay, maybe not. I was gonna say, imagine if I had one of these cool round ones, but it doesn't really want to fit there. It like won't let me place it in the right spot. Why are you doing that to me? Honest question, do you know why it's doing that? Like, why can't I rotate it around that direction and then put it there? Even from the outside, I can't put it there. It's like physically impossible to scoot it over to the end. That makes me sad. I loved the concept of that. Okay, well, never mind, I guess. Well, I was picturing that I might get some really big glass windows right here. I used these when I renovated Penny Pizzazz's apartment in this unit, and I just thought it looked so cool, so I'm gonna try and do it again. And I'm just gonna ignore how it looks because that is absolutely ridiculous. Don't think about the exterior. Embrace the interior. That's the key. The fun part of this is that we can even try and get some extra windows in a couple of other places. We can try and like maybe add a stack of windows right here just to have more natural light in the room. And then, okay, now picture this. This little countertop I think looks perfect with the purple and green colors on that rug. So I'm gonna use this one. This kitchen is unfortunately kind of tight, so we don't really have that much room to work with, but we fit all the necessities in there. And I guess I could probably center these windows again if we do it like this. And then we're gonna have to figure out something to use for the couch. I don't really know what I'm going for. Oh, wait a minute. Do you come in green? No, of course not. Honestly, the white swatch on that is kind of good. This is from the Book Nook kit, and I really like how comfy it looks. There's actually really not that much stuff that comes in like a pastel purple in this game. The options are kind of limited, and I think that this is maybe a little bit too purple. I'm kind of going for more like a neutrally tone color, and I think that this one is maybe like a little bit too purple. I'm trying to go for a slightly more neutral tone in here. I like this like muted sage green color. Oh, those bar stools come in a nice light purple. I don't know if that's like too much with the green chairs there. I think it was the wrong shade of green. It needs to be more like this tone. You see how it's not really matching? This one is closer, but I don't love the color of the wood, although maybe it's not a problem. Oh, that might actually even be okay, shockingly. I'm surprised by that, but it kind of works. I'll just use the same door. We'll make it look like it's on purpose, so I'll use the same door everywhere. I hate this as the front door, but I'm gonna embrace it. Miraculously, this little chair kind of works too. I didn't really think it was gonna fit that well, but it kind of is the right color scheme. I was gonna try and use the cabinetry like a TV stand, but I'm worried that it's too wide, so I might want to pick something smaller. Ooh, that's cool. Can I use that like over here underneath this? We're gonna have to fit in some more green accents in some places. Also, maybe I don't need to have the bar stools. Like maybe it would be better if we had no bar stools and just like a big table in the middle, because then it's easier to walk around. Plus we could get a simple rug underneath this just to add some more like texture into the room. I think that helps. I think it like ties stuff together a bit more. Oh my gosh, this picture from the rent pack is like actually perfect for this. That is the exact right color scheme that we need. I'm worried about overdoing it with the purple on that wall, so maybe I'll try and put this one over here, because that brings more of the purple over to this half of the room. It does make it difficult, I think, for them to get into this door. They can walk into it still. It's plenty of walking space. And then I was picturing like a little shelf, because I like the vibes on this shelf. I like how it's got some clutter. Dream Home Decorator has some lights that come in, again, like the exact right color scheme, so we can try and bring in more of the purple this way. I might put like 2 pendant lights above the little island like this. I really like the colors. I think it's very peaceful in here. And there in Desert Luxe Kit, I think there's like a green curtain. I don't know if that's too much putting the green curtain in there. I I can't tell. I might have to think about that a little bit more. Oh, great. Of course that's clipping now. I don't want to use the white curtain rod. I don't like the white curtain rod. Sometimes when I have this problem where I don't like the color of the curtain rod, I just put a second one and I put it on top so it looks like some sort of cool, like 2-layered, 2-toned curtain rod. And I just try and tell myself that that looks better this way. I don't know if it actually does, but it makes me feel better. We're gonna have to be careful to not put too much clutter in the kitchen because we want it to still be functional. So they can have a couple things. We can have like a paper towel rack and some utensils, maybe a plant, and then they can use this counter when they have to cook. Do you think that this is too tight? I don't know. Do you think that this is too, I mean, I guess they can walk through that just fine, so it's probably okay. It's a small apartment, so it's gonna be tight on the inside. I'm now trying to think of ways to get other green accents in here. I think that we need some like hanging plants, maybe some plant pictures. The paranormal stuff pack has one of my favorite hanging plants in the game, and it comes in black, so we can try and match the windows a bit better this way. I think that looks good in the corner because you can't really fit much back there because there's a chair in the way, but we can just put a little plant to like add something. And then maybe I could get like, I don't know, an umbrella, some kind of little umbrella stand next to the front door. And then we have a couple of those decor options from the clutter kit. I'm thinking something like this, so we have like a proper front door entryway and maybe even a mirror. I don't think it's that weird to have a full-length mirror by your front door, especially in an apartment this small. Like it would be a useful thing to have, and then it like helps to reflect some light or whatever. It's The Sims, so it doesn't really have that effect, but we can pretend. I want to have brick, like some sort of exposed brick on a couple of the walls. It doesn't have to be on all of them, but I like the idea of there being a couple places with like a reddish toned brick because it adds some more color into the space. There is also potential to use this like painted brick instead. I don't know if that is, oh, that might actually be better. Now that I think about it, maybe I could put that like, oh, what if that's the backsplash in the kitchen? No, we should do tile in the kitchen. That's a nice colored tile, so I'll use that one. We could have like this deep purple accent wall in a couple of places because that helps to bring the same colors everywhere across the whole room. I don't even know if I like the curtain that much anymore. I might actually leave the curtain as like white. I don't know. Maybe it's better without any curtain. I'm gonna use a lot of white on the other walls, like just plain white in a lot of places. I don't want to overdo it with the color theme. Oh, I forgot that there's like a little rat hole right there. There's a mouse hole on the wall and this table is blocking it. Could be good, could be bad, depending on how you look at it. On one hand, it's real bad because if you're dealing with mice in your house, you can't like access the hole to get rid of them. But on the other hand, they're behind the furniture, so you can't really see it. And what you can't see doesn't matter. Sort of. Not really, but you can just pretend. This little bookshelf thing is one of my all-time favorite items in the whole of The Sims 4. I think that looks so cute right there. And then we can maybe put some sort of like cute little cactus or something. I don't know. I do kind of like that, and it has some color to it, so it helps to break up that like solid purple and green that we're doing. Might put a candle too. Okay, that's a nice little hallway table. I think that might be the whole of this room finish, aside from like maybe 1 or 2 extra plants. I'm using so many packs. I don't know what has gotten into me today. I'm just putting them like all everywhere. I've used like 4 kits already, and we've barely even started. Okay, I think that might be the full living space finish. So I put this kind of cute little plant on the table with the purple accents. We've got some clutter and decor everywhere. It's got enough space to walk around, and everything should still be functional. In the bathroom, I really want to have like purple tile, but I don't know if that even exists. Yeah, we have this like purpley toned floor tile from City Living. I don't think that looks that good. And the greens aren't really the like sagey green color that I want them to be. I guess this one kind of is, but I don't really know if I don't know if I like it. Is it weird to have brick in the bathroom? I kind of want to continue the brick wall in here. I kind of like the idea of bringing it all the way across this whole back wall, but I don't really know if that looks good with floor tile. I tried to use this herringbone one, but that doesn't really match that well. It's possible that this one could be good. That actually might be really cute because the greens fit perfectly. Oh, you know what I could also do is put a trash can right here. I don't usually put trash cans in my Sims apartments. I kind of just like expect them to go use the trash chute in the hallway because they've got trash right here. So do they need the trash can in the apartment? No, but we could put it right there because it fits. And I'm gonna use really expensive stuff in here. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna put like the most expensive shower tub combo. I'll get a mid mid-tier expensive toilet. How about that? I can fit in some of those nice purple colors with accents like the bathrobe, maybe some towels. I've already used the bathroom clutter kit, so I may as well use it more in here. I may as well just let myself put extras. Oh, we could have a Void Critter soap bottle. No. No, maybe not actually. Okay. There is a purple cabinet. I don't know if that's necessary to use. It's a good idea in theory. I don't think that it like actually matched that well though, is the problem. I can use this color purple for the towel and for the bathrobe because that matches well enough. Although, no, I didn't like it. I'm just gonna keep the bathroom like this. I'm overthinking it. Oh my, okay. I don't really know what bed is best to use because there are a couple that have some nice accent colors that kind of fit the vibes that we're going for. Like this one might kind of work because it's plain, but it has a little bit of purple. And then we can try and use rugs for the main decor. Oh, this is pastel. That could work. There's also this one. This has kind of like a deeper color purple to it, but that might be kind of fun because it does have the brown accents that we're trying to fit in. I haven't got a single clue what rug to use. I don't know. This one's always nice. I like this pastel purple on this rug. Maybe I could make it small too, so it's not too much. These are kind of cool because they're metal and they have like the mirrored top on them. Oh, you can't really fit that much in this bedroom, can you? With these things here, it makes it really hard to put furniture. Yeah, in hindsight, I probably also should have tried harder to fit a desk somewhere because I always like to have a computer in my Sims houses and there's not really a ton of room for that. I may give us an easel in this little corner. We can try to make it functional somehow, even with it being very small. I want like the canvas clutter that comes with Eco Lifestyle because that has some more painting to it. These are like blank canvases and they do have swatches that have painting, but it's like fine art. I prefer something a little bit more, I don't want to say casual, but like I just something that has a better color scheme. I'm talking about these canvases. It's a totally different vibe on these and that kind of fits with the colors that I'm going for still. And then I can just hide that behind the easel a little bit. And so it's still a nice functional room. They can get in the door. At least I think they can. I'm not really sure. I'll test it. I'll test it. Hanging plants are so good for this. There's not a lot of floor space, so we put it on the walls. I'm kind of tempted to put a couple of these paintings together. I don't know if this is good because they're kind of weird. They're from the Book Nook kit, so I picture these being like book covers and book quotes, but I don't think that's a bad thing. And then we can get like a kind of cool fancy mirror on the wall. I don't know. I like that. Purple accent wall. There's a lot of purple and not a lot of green in this room. Maybe I could do all green on the other walls. They just added some like kind of pretty sagey green swatches to this wallpaper. So I could use that everywhere. That's kind of nice. I think it's very peaceful. And then we could do some sort of curtain too. It can even be light colors, but something to just like split up this wall. It also kind of matches the curtains on the canopy bed. I think that's good. Okay, so there's the first bedroom. Now we've got the second bedroom, which I was originally thinking was gonna be a kid's room. I think we can still do that. I think we can still aim for kids' room vibes. And I feel like there's gotta be some nice purple furniture that I don't use very often. This is like the exact same pattern, but in a different color to the rug that we used. I probably shouldn't do that. It's bad to do the same thing twice. Oh, this might be good. This is the Snowy Escape bed. That's like one of my favorite beds in the game, but it's so pretty. There is miraculously a pastel purple desk chair. So we can use that one in here. And then I'll get a nice computer. We can spend a lot of money on it because we're not using a budget for this house. The budget ship has like absolutely sailed by now. We're not even thinking about that at the moment. That's probably bad because no one that has their Sims have a lot of money is gonna want to live in a needs TLC apartment. Like if your Sims are rich, this is the absolute last apartment you'd want to have them live in. I'm gonna cover the mice. Just make it so you can't see it, you know? Ooh, we got this kind of cool fuzzy rug that does come in green. I don't know if it's a good green. It comes in purple too. Maybe we do that and then we get a slightly more patterned wallpaper because this one has some cute purpley colors to it and it has like not really a green accent, but we can pretend that it does. I guess the alternative is maybe like this wallpaper, but I think that's too much. I think this one is better that we have. So it's still purple and green at its core, like that's the main color scheme, but I'm trying to add in a couple like extra colors just to have some more going on. I don't really want the whole place to be like too samey anywhere. Oh, this comes in purple. That's good. I don't really like the dresser being off center with the window windows, but I do want to have a toy for the kids, so I might just have to accept it. Okay, and there we have it. I think that might be the fully finished apartment. We've got a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom place with kind of a cool purple and green color scheme. I actually really like this. I think that this is the kind of thing that I would like to have in real life. I really love this color green. My kitchen cabinets are kind of like a sagey green like this. I don't have a lot of purple in my house. I have a lot of pink in my house with the green, but this is nice. That like plum color on this table. And I've used a couple items that I don't normally go for. I've never used this purple swatch on this table, and I've never used the green on these chairs either. So it's kind of fun to branch out and try to use stuff in different ways. Hopefully you liked the apartment. I'll give you a quick tour and show you around the other rooms. This is that primary bedroom. We've got the bathroom, living room, hallway, kitchen, dining room. This is really small, so it's not like a big tour. Here's the final bedroom finished. And I am actually gonna upload this to the gallery for you in case you want to download it. Weirdly, you have to upload it as a room and then download it as a room. I always just upload it with the exact same name of the lot because I think it makes it easier to find. And then I put it like as a hashtag in the description, but even then it's hard to like get these things off the gallery sometimes. It is up though for you if you dare to brave the gallery to search for it. My name is just lilsimsie on the gallery, so hopefully it's not too hard to find. It's if you're watching this in the future where it kind of becomes a problem. Old stuff on the gallery just does not work. It basically disappears. I can't even find a lot of my own builds on the gallery because they don't work anymore. Huge thank you again to ThredUp for sponsoring today's video. If you want to shop my picks, you can use that link down below. And if you use code lilsimsie at checkout, you will get an additional 35% off your first purchase, which is huge. So make sure you check that link down below. Thank you for watching and have the best rest of your day, okay? Bye everybody. I've never owned any other clothes with this like vibrant blue color, and I kind of like it. I think it's pretty.